So when it comes to acting, um, I have been kind of off and on with it. Um, Sometimes I take breaks. At least one time, I thought I was completely done with it. Um, and I wanted to talk about the reasons why. The three reasons why I quit acting. Number one, the roles. If you are not, um, let's see, what are the main big black actors? Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, Denzel Washington, Samuel L. Jackson. Uh, if you're not one of the top one percenters, if you are just trying to make it to be a professional actor where that's all you do 24/7 is just act like you're getting a recurring role on a hit series, or you're constantly working in films, right? This is the goal. If you're not in that tier of actors, then a lot of times what you get to audition for are roles that are just simply meant to move the story along. Like nobody really cares about you or your character. You're just there to say the things so the main character can get from one point to the next point. And you might get some auditions actually that are legit, major auditions for recurring roles, recurring episodic, or supporting actor for a major film with a major star. I mean, you may get those auditions, but 9 times out of 10, those roles are going to go to someone that's a name, right, with a substantial resume. So, if you're an actor and you want to, work on your craft, you want to get better, you want to explore roles deeply, you want to dive into roles, transform yourself, fully experience a role, then this grind of uh, of characters that are just not really meaty roles. It's like, oh well, I think I gave this example before. Like someone dies in a hotel, the cops come, and your role is you tell the cops what you saw. Things like that, right? One scene, a few seconds. This is the meat of what most actors will have to audition for years before they get the substantial roles that they train for. So, number one reason why I quit acting was the roles just weren't artistically fulfilling, and I got bored. The second reason why I quit acting is memorizing lines. That's a grind. Memorizing lines is a grind. You sit there with your paper and you read the lines 1,000 times over and over again until you know it backwards and forwards. And it's not just enough to know the lines. You have to know them inside and out, backwards and forwards. This is what I found, is because when you're on set, especially if you are doing like a bigger film, the weight or the gravity of action can throw you off. You may have the nerves, and so you really got to know your lines backwards and forwards, and so that just takes rote, just repetition. It is nothing exciting or glamorous or fun about memorizing lines. And I used to have a photographic memory. It's not that anymore, but I have a really good memory. I can memorize things pretty well, but just to sit there and go over the lines over and over and over again for an audition, and you do that enough throughout the weeks of just memorizing this, memorizing that, memorizing this, memorizing that for this audition, that audition, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, it just, that's the part of the game that's not fun for me, to just sit there and memorize lines. So that's number 2. I'd say the third thing, speaking of auditioning, is auditioning. That's the job. That's like at least 90% of the job is just auditioning. That is what actors do. More than film and TV and stage work and all that, what we do is we audition. So it's kind of problematic if you don't really enjoy auditioning. I enjoy auditioning when I don't have to do it all the time. But when you are auditioning regularly, especially for the roles that we just talked about, the little kind of bit roles and things like that, it feels, well, first of all, it's just you spend a lot of time not doing the thing that you actually want to do, which is dive into characters for projects, right? Because you're auditioning. It's a necessary evil, But the other thing is, any actor will tell you that when you come really close to landing your, an incredible gig, and they call you back from multiple auditions, and you're getting closer, and you get so close, you can just taste it. And it might be just between you and one other person. And sometimes the role could be something that could change your life. I mean, we're talking about incredible opportunities, financially, career-wise, right? And when you get so close and you don't get it, it can take years off your life, Just the stress and the disappointment. You try not to get your hopes up, but you get so close. You have enough of those over the years of the almost and what ifs. It can take years off your life. It can really kind of kill your vibe for acting. So those are 3 reasons that come to my mind why I quit. But what I realized is that I actually do enjoy acting, and I'm not quitting. It's just I realized that sometimes you have to take a break so you can get in touch with the thing that you had when you were a little kid and you said, I wanted to act. You have to sometimes take a moment so you can get back to that and touch that again. And sometimes you need to ask yourself, why am I acting? Because it may change over time. But I think you always have to know why you're acting. You have to know your why. If you don't have a why, then it becomes a grind. So sometimes I just need a break. And sometimes I think that I'm going to quit, but really I just need a break, because all of those 3 things that I mentioned can lead to burnout, just like any other job. And so it's always good to kind of check in and just make sure that you understand why you're going through the things you're going through, why you're spending the time doing the thing you're doing, and so you can feel good about it. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.